Members would like to get back to regular order, but they've run out of time. So they will end up doing a short-term CR probably until early March at this point, just to get something through and to make sure the government does not shut down.
Well, and that obviously seems to be the team the speaker is on as well. Is this therefore also the team that the former president is on, or the president-elect now? This will be what he is inheriting when he sits down in the Oval Office in January.
I think he's going to be fine with that. I think that's probably his preference. That way he can create new spending bill starting next year as he takes over in January.
Does he worry about this stuff? We obsess over this in regular order and how are we going to fund? There are defense hawks who are really concerned that the Pentagon might not get what it needs on time. Does Donald Trump think that way when it comes to the wonky part of Washington?
No, he just wants to get this year over with, get sworn in, and start fresh. He's a long-term or short-term CR is just fine with him.
Yeah.
I don't think he spends much time worrying about it. He's starting, he's setting up his cabinet. He's got a lot of things going on besides this. He's leaving this to the Congress.
Well, and we know the Congress has had issues with even just getting a CR passed in the past. In fact, that's one of the reasons Speaker McCarthy lost his job last fall. So when we consider that notion that there are going to be members of the Republican conference who will not vote for a continuing resolution no matter what, Democrats will once again be required here. But after being dealt a blow in the election, are they going to be in the mood to cooperate?
No, they won't be. But the hopes is they don't want to be here at Christmas either. It kind of, to be honest with you, running up against the holidays is a huge asset to get something done. There will be some compromises done, and I think you'll see few Democrats, not a majority of them, but a few crossover. But we talked about Trump. Maybe President Trump can control some of the right wing and encourage them to vote for the CR. He wants this done. He wants to have a fresh start after inauguration. So with hopes, maybe he can talk to them and get them to vote for it. I don't know. A lot of them have lost or moved on to different jobs, frankly, come January.
Sounds like Mike Johnson's life is getting a lot easier, though, to be honest. He maintains the majority. Donald Trump gets the Freedom Caucus off of his back. He can actually maybe get something done here a little bit. And I wonder where you are with the rest of the lame duck session beyond funding. We're talking about a farm bill. They say kick the can. We're talking about the NDAA. This is pretty important to get done by the end of the year, at least setting our priorities for military spending. Where does that go?
I think the priorities will be set, but I don't see a farm bill or NDAA actually getting passed. The only thing that's really going to get done is the CR to get everything into next year. Probably if Harris had won, we'd be in a little bit different situation. But now that it's President Trump coming in, I think that he's going to want to start fresh.
Okay.
So he'll start with the new farm bill. The farm bill, I realize, has been years hoping to get it passed.
That's a big one.
Yeah, it's a big one. It needs to get done this next cycle for sure.
Well, if the only thing that's really getting done is the CR, I do wonder if other things could be attached to it besides just a continuation of existing funding, like, for example, what the White House is requesting today, almost $100 billion in disaster relief after the hurricanes we saw just a few months ago. Is that likely to happen?
There's a strong possibility because, frankly, in some of the more extreme members of Congress, the more we call them the exotics, some of the damage is in their districts.
Right.
So I would think that they will want to make sure this gets added, and it might be the reason that they do vote for it ultimately, and maybe we won't need as many Democrats.
There's a question about funding for mass deportation. If this is something that Donald Trump plans to do on day one, as he likes to say, it's going to cost money to get law enforcement together to round up thousands, maybe millions of people. I don't know how many we're talking about, what would be the first phase, to pay for military involvement, transportation to get them out of the country. Is that something that Congress will actually have to manage here in the near term?
They will have to manage it, but I actually don't see a problem with that. They are going to give President Trump the revenue he needs to get this done. I mean, this is a big initiative for the president the first 100 days. They'll give him the money to start.
Is that supplemental, or are they steering money from the border elsewhere to make that happen?
They have not decided on that yet. It'd probably be supplemental, though.
That'd be a big deal
for
this Congress,
wouldn't it? Be a big deal. We've never undertaken anything quite like this.
Have you heard a number?
Not yet.
Wow.
That will be a discussion this week.